I like to like piss off bigots every time I deliver Grubhub because I have like these rainbow Crocs that I wear. So every time I have to take a photo of the delivery, I just make sure my foot's in there in the picture so they see that I fucking delivered their food.
Dear, I think a homosexual delivered our Wingstop.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading 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 the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm loading the meat.
What's up, guys? It's a new episode of Unloading Meat. I am Jared Ralphie Allen. You know who I am, the guy with too many toys and not enough exercise. And in today's show, we have the one, the only, Dalen Young. What's up, Dalen?
Hello, I am doing okay. How are you?
Doing pretty good, buddy. We haven't been talking off camera for like 30 minutes, and they're just now putting this in the intro, right?
The bond was there.
Yeah.
Already.
1 or 24 hours to activate. I think it's like the bond of our tattoos, because like we both have Empire tattoos.
Oh yeah, we do. I don't support the Rebel Alliance.
I mean, I have them over here. I have one on each side.
Terrorist organization. I won't do it. But
decide
next you want me to get a fucking Al Qaeda tattoo? Sorry, they were helping the economy.
Oh God. Yeah.
Was it 6 million Alderons or something?
That was like the worst part of the Mandalorian is when they try to make us care about fucking Cara Dune, and they're like, she was on Alderaan.
I'm not a joiner, Blue.
Says here you're from Alderaan. I served during Alderaan. Did you lose anyone?
Tulsa!
Okay.
Yeah, that's the worst.
None of those Gina Carano. I wonder if she's gonna pop up with the new Mando movie. Probably not.
Probably not. She went a little wild.
Yeah.
I don't remember what she did. What did she do? She was like...
She did something about anti-vaccine or something like that. Like during the height of COVID or something like that, and like threw a big fit about that, and they got canceled by Disney.
That sucked.
And then like called them out for like not be like silencing her or something like that. So then she was like, she went and did like some kind of like Fox News movie.
Oh yeah, fucking. They're like,
Because occasionally Fox News also had conservative movies.
yeah. They're like, where are we gonna find another buff, stale actress?
If you ever want a director that's been inspired by Uwe Boll.
I love pro, like, I love super like Christian pro Republican movies.
So it's propaganda.
They're so fucking unironically funny. Like, it's so fucking, like, God's Not Dead. That movie pissed me off. It had me, and I was like, well, I'm still Christian, but like during that movie, I was like, fuck, dude, God might be dead, honestly.
Well,
Why is he allowing this?
I remember back in the day, somebody like redubbed Passion of the Christ with a laugh track. That's fucking horrible.
We're getting right back into
Praise him.
this is good. I got in trouble at because I used to fucking deliver mail to Bishop Kelly, and there's just a group of nuns there, and they were staring at me, and I was like, "He is risen, am I right?" And they just fucking turned around. I was like, "Shit."
Which I wonder how many like porn parodies have used that line. He is risen.
Oh my god, not in America, definitely Europe, because they fucking suck.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm loading the meat.
Check out the brand new luxurious UnloadingMeat.com, your one-stop shop for all things meat.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm loading the meat.
I've been doing a lot of videos.
Yeah.
Like a lot of well, right now it's mainly just promos.
Yeah.
Because Well, here's what's weird about it is like I love horror more than I like comedy.
I saw the one with Zach and Steven and was it Tyler?
Yeah.
With the little guy that was going across.
Yeah, that was my son.
Oh, really?
His little ghost.
Was it for Rooskies?
And then for Rooskies.
yeah, I watched that one.
So you're gonna sit there and tell me that the ladybug from Bug's Life isn't hot?
I mean, it's a hot dude.
Okay.
Everybody that's been is like, why's your son a Klansman? I'm like, "He's a fucking ghost. And then I look back, I'm like, God damn it. he
That's a
is
debate as old as time.
I'm like, well, at least we're raising him right, you know what I mean? Shit. But no, that one.
That's like the racist version of that Beauty and the Beast song, like tale as old as time. Racist or ghost?
Beauty and the Beast, she just goes for a grand wizard.
I'm just thinking instead of the teacup, instead of Chip, it's just like Hitler's teacup from Bert. Like,
Just a plug of chewing tobacco in there. It's like once it withers. Like, fuck, dude.
this is getting dark.
They open that jar and he's like, fuck, dude, black people are pretty cool, actually. Like, damn, 3/5 of a person, why not a whole person? You guys are assholes. We did a show, me, Steven, Jacob Stacy, James Miller put it on. I don't know what he goes, King James maybe?
Yeah,
But he
think
put
so.
it on, and this is no shit, just in a fucking banquet hall in a hotel in Stigler. So when you hear banquet hall, you're like, pretty nice.
Yeah.
No. It was like,
It's like no, they serve Coors banquets. Like,
yeah, they have a Coors banquet and they're lukewarm from a trunk. But they're like, that turned out to be one of the funnest shows. Like, and so I wasn't even supposed to be there.
yeah,
But like, they needed a ride, or like they asked. I just wanted to go watch,
Yeah.
see what was gonna happen. They're like, "Do you want a spot?" I was like, "Sure." And it was just supposed to be an open mic spot. And then he was like, "I'll just give you 10 minutes to open the show." And I was like, "That all right, fuck."
Yeah.
But did it, and then like the crowd that was there, they were just there to party a little bit, and so like I love crowd working people anyways.
Yeah.
So it just turned into a big like, it was fun. Like
Yeah.
I think I ended up doing 15 instead of 10, but that's just because I was busy fucking with the audience,
Yeah.
and then kept looking at James like, when do you want me to get off? And
Yeah.
he was just like, no, keep going. I was like, oh, shit, okay. And then, Steven went up. He killed for 15, 20 minutes, however much he did. There was one guy there that he was drunk before he got there, and so he just kept like walking up and like looking
Good
at
old
people.
pregame.
Yeah. We knew he was going to be a problem too when he pulled up. I was like, I think Steven went up to him and he was like, hey man, how's it doing? He just rolled down the window and was like staring at him, and we're like, fuck, this is gonna be bad. And then during Steven's set, him and another guy got in a fight outside. And so, props to Steven Allen, props to him. Fight breaks out mid-set, and like I have it all recorded for him. And he was like, what the fuck? And then so he was gonna stop. And then the fight like kind of stopped. Everybody came back in, and then he just got back on the mic like a professional. Was like, what the fuck was that? And then went back into it and killed for the next, 5-6 minutes.
is it like the white version of the Royal Oats fight that happened at Tulsa Comedy Club last year? You remember that?
Yeah, funny enough, the same slurs were said.
Oh shit! Funny enough, Tulsa Comedy Club is where I fucking broke my faggot slur like hymen, I guess. My Jerry. I'm fucking bisexual. I could say it. So like somebody, I say I'm allowed to say it. It's my word. I've embraced it fully because somebody just shouted it at me at fucking Tulsa Comedy Club while they were on stage. Like they saw me in front row. They're like, "Look at this!" I was like, "Well, okay." Like gloves are off now. Thanks, Tulsa Comedy Club.
I tried that one time. Oh, fuck, I don't remember what show it was. But I was wearing skinny jeans because like I haven't let go of dressing like an emo kid.
Yeah.
And so I showed up and I was like, I know by the skinny jeans you guys are assuming. And then I was like, and then somebody was just like, I thought he looked good. And I was like, fuck. That would work anywhere else. But the one time this person's like, I like his outfit. I was like, you son of a
Well, that's kind of like why I brought up that show because like we were getting on the subject like black joke and stuff. Like I have this whole bit where like I like to like just fuck with subvert expectations. So like I get this part where I'm like, hey, I broke up with my girlfriend. I didn't want to do it on International Women's Day last month, so I waited till the day after because I'm a feminist.
Yeah.
And I go, where are my feminists at? And I go a little crowd work, and usually I can get one or two women, and like, woo, I'm a feminist or something like that. I want that. Okay, this was the anomaly of this bar on Friday. Normally at a comedy show, what's the percentage you think male female?
It's mostly male. Yeah.
This was flip. It was like 70% older women.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm talking like 40s, 50s women, 60s women for alumni night of this college kind of thing. So it was majority older women. I thought I would at least get one feminist, not a single fucking person wooed. And so, like, because like my setup is like, where, what's up, feminists? And like, everybody woos. I go, what up, cunts? But nobody wooed that. I was like, so I'll just segue from that. I'll just, go into black humor. Because if I know there's one thing, there's no feminists here, there's surely some black people, right? And that's dead silence. There's not a single black person in this fucking bar.
Oh, you guys are behind on the amendments.
Because I tried. I was like, I'm on all these dating apps. Is anybody, dating here on all these apps? Silent. I'm like, do you guys have dating apps in Wilburton? Like, fuck, are you guys still on DS or dial up? Like, eventually you'll get on DSL. Like,
you and Tyler walked in. You're the closest thing to minorities in Wilburton.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
They're like, are these black guys?
I know.
They're like, fuck. Dude.
Tyler in his Yeet t-shirt.
Yeah. Like, what is that? Was that Zimbabwe?
Bro, okay, true story. I'm driving JB to the venue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we go through this mountain like park. I get fucking pulled over by a park ranger for going 55 and a 45. Allegedly. I didn't even think I was going that fast. But allegedly I was going 55 and a 45. Allegedly. Pull over. He gives me a warning. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get to this comedy show in Wilburton. And he's like, okay. We get there 5 minutes later. And the bar owner already knows we got pulled over because it's such a small town that cop already told the fucking, like, food truck outside the bar, hey, I just pulled over some comedians that are coming your way. And then he told the owner, hey, your comedians already got pulled over by the cops. So we get to the club 5 minutes later and everybody already knows we got pulled over. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, it's such a small town. By the way, that cop has the biggest fucking mouth ever if he could get it that fast. Like, Jesus Christ.
He just immediately texted him and was like, LOL.
Yeah. Thank God he gave me a warning.
Past curfew.
I would have shit on him so hard.
Oh my God. I was driving around with somebody today and there was a cop behind me and two of us were in the car. So I was like, I got out of a pretty abusive relationship. I didn't know it was abusive because I do it as a bit too, but like, I really thought she was just a scrappy gal. I was like, and they're like, it's fine. I mean, she only hits me when I do bad. It's like, and so like, be throwing punches, and I'd be like ducking them because I used to box. So I'm like, fuck, is she scrappy? And then on one of them, the cop pulled us over because like, she was going through some messages. Yeah. Found messages with my ex-wife from when I was married to my ex-wife. And so she was like, why don't you talk to me like that? I was like, I was with her for 6 years. I've been with you for 2 months. And then
that's what it's to do.
I looked down the road, I turned my face, and I met with the boniest fucking fist right in the nose. And so I was like, sitting there like defending myself. We get pulled over. And then the cop like pulled me out of the car and he's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you safe? And I was like, yeah, honestly, I were just playing a fun game.
Tag, you're it.
I was like, fuck, dude, she got me. Yeah, no, that's my bad. I should have ducked. Anyways, I don't have any trauma, really. I don't know if you can tell.
That's an anomaly in stand-up comedy. That's all fucking stand-up is, man. It's trauma bonding and dealing with other people's mental illness.
It's just fun and games for me. It's like, fuck, dude.
And then people getting on the mic because they couldn't get into a therapist that week. Like, that's really all it is. I need to get to an open mic now.
I love it. Like, if I'll have the worst day of my life, and I'm like, this is gonna be funny.
Yeah.
Like, this might be okay.
Yeah.
And even if it's not, I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
So, whatever, dude. It's gonna be a good time. Well, you guys want to hear something funny that happened to me today? I found out I was being abused. And then people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, no, it's fine. She didn't wear rings.
And that's our clip for the night.
Have you tried BetterHelp?
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. Unloading the meat.
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by a therapy app like BetterHelp, even though if you've checked my recent social media, you'd probably say I probably need an app like BetterHelp. So, if you want this fat ass to get into therapy again, reach out to your favorite sponsors. Tell them to hit me up. I'm a 2-time survivor of suicide. Some would say a failure. Don't make me go for the hat trick. Get me sponsored.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. Unloading the meat.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I should go back to therapy. Every time I've tried therapy, though, I just have a problem with this lying to them. They'll be like, how are you doing? I'm like, actually, I'm better than ever. Just cried the whole way because Trace Atkins, You're Gonna Miss This came on. I'm like, fuck, dude, Trace, get me.
Just repressed memories and repressed trauma.
I hate it, dude. Because, like, I'll be on the phone all day at work with my friends, and, like, iPhone will pop up memories for you.
Yes.
And it would just be my kid when they were like, 1 and 2 just learning things. And I'll get quiet in the call and they'll be like, are you looking at pictures of your kid? And I was like, shut up, dude. It's a hard time. I'm just fucking crying at work.
Fucking Facebook memories do it too. I'm like,
I hate it, dude. Being a dad does make you a pussy.
Yeah, it
little
does.
bit.
It really
'Cause,
does.
Like, I don't think I cried since I was probably 8 years old. And then had a kid and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you're
Here's
watching
all
a movie
that.
and something will trigger you. Like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fucking Onward, the Disney movie where the dude's like hugging his dad at the end. I was like, fuck, I wish my dad hugged me.
Like I like one of my all-time favorite movies is the Goofy movie.
Mm-hmm. Extremely or the first
The
one?
first one. We don't talk about the Extremely Goofy movie. That one's
Extremely Goofy movie was sick. We're not gonna shit on Extremely Goofy.
it wasn't
movie.
the greatest. It's nowhere near as good as the first
It wasn't
one.
the greatest, but it was fun.
It's okay.
They snapped.
It's a solid like C plus like VHS only movie. But the original is it's Chef's
That's
Kiss.
beautiful. They
Yeah.
were the Possum Jamboree.
Yeah.
Don't you wanna be hanging from a tree? We're mighty glad to see you, and the parking's always free. Here at Lester's.
I'm about to
Who's your
start
favorite
crying.
possum?
I'm about to start crying on camera right
Slaps
now. They got the fucking, what is it? The SpaghettiOs, and he's like, I love you or something.
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
the
I was like,
alphabet soup.
God damn it, dude.
Hi, Dad,
Fuck.
soup.
God.
Oh, yuck.
That movie's so good. That one gets me. Rugrats in Paris gets me.
That's a good one.
Rugrats in Paris will fuck me up. I have both my parents. Both my parents are alive.
Yeah.
And then when it's like, press the button, you get a mommy. I'm like, that's how it fucking works, you piece
Well,
of shit.
it's like I can't watch the first like 10 minutes of Up.
No.
No, that is just trauma. Like that is just depression in a movie for the first 10 minutes.
Up is bullshit.
Like,
Fucking-
do you remember? You know what I'm talking about, right? The first 10
Yeah.
minutes. Oh, it's
she gets,
so
like,
rough.
Cancer?
Yeah, where his
Fuck.
wife they never have kids, and then she has cancer and dies. Oh,
Oh my God.
like
dude.
it's like that's like the old person equivalent of the Sarah McLachlan SPCA commercials.
I don't like those either. Fucking God, I don't know what it is. It's a country song, but like it starts out and he's like talking about a kid that has cancer, and I'm like, I gotta turn this shit off. Fucking this is
I thought you were gonna be like, it's like a country song. Starts out sad. I'm like, be more specific.
yeah. Well, this one specifically, like all of them, I had to change my playlist on the way over here because like right now I'm on another Zach Bryan kick, so I'm just over there playing a little something. And I'm driving. I start thinking, I'm like, I have a fucking podcast to do. I can't be sad right now.
Well, it's like I'm currently watching the show and playing the game of basically depression. The game, The Last of Us. Like I don't know if you've ever played those games or watched the show.
No.
The Last of Us is one of the best written games in history, and I'm playing the second one now. And it is just depression. The game. It is sadness. It is bleakness, and it makes you the bad guy. Like you kill dogs, you kill a pregnant woman that you don't know is pregnant until you kill her, and then you open her fucking belly and you're like, oh, she's pregnant. Oh fuck.
That's just my childhood.
It's just like it's some rough shit. Like I can only do it like in 30-minute spots, and then like I never played that game. The second one came out like 4 years ago, and it like pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which episode 2 of the show version came out last night, and people are getting to the spots where they're gonna be the parts that pissed off people. Some very important people get killed, and you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. It's like some Game of Thrones kind of shit, where
love Game of
like main
Thrones.
characters get brutally murdered.
I've never played it or have watched the show, and then my two friends, they were like, you have to watch it, and I was like, why? And they're like, Nick Offerman's gay, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, I'm probably gonna watch
Dude,
that.
that episode is so good.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that episode especially is really good. Like every episode's really good. It's a really well done show.
It's not like because like The Walking Dead's kind of a little like
it's not like
some
Walking
of
Dead.
it's good, but some of it's like this fucking sucks.
No, this is trauma and depression and stuff like that. But it's more realistic and it's just really well written.
Was Pedro Pascal too?
Yeah, it's
He's
really
fucking-
really good.
Yeah, I see it, and then I'm just like, I should start that, and then like anything else happens, and I'm like,
You can get through it pretty quick too because the first season's only 9 episodes, and then the season 2 that's on just started is only 7 episodes.
oh really?
Yeah, so like they're only on 2 because like the budgets are so insane. Like they can only do so many episodes a season.
I need a new show too because I just finished like the finale for Daredevil Born Again just hit.
I haven't finished it. I was going to talk to you. I watched all the way up to when they killed the white tiger, like episode 3.
Oh, brother,
And then I
you're
took a
missing
break.
so much.
I know, dude. That fucking that ending killed me with the frogs. When you hear the frogs at the fucking credits, I'm like, fuck, that hurt. That hurt. But don't play those fucking frogs.
And the cookie. This little tree frog. Doesn't croak. It sings its name.
I was watching some podcast and they had like 2 former porn stars on there.
Yeah.
And they were discussing like how they shoot stuff and like behind the scenes stuff.
Mhm.
And like, well, do you want us to just tell you the biggest secret in porn that the thing that'll ruin everything for you? I'm like, sure. Like most of the guys finish within the first 5-10 minutes like a normal dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
And we just take that scene and we edit it and clip that and put it at the end of the movie. And then we just give them Viagra and stuff and they just fuck through it. Because they can just fuck for hours on Viagra and stuff, but we already have the cum scene. We already got the money shot. We filmed that first, and we just put that at the end of the movie.
I see.
So no guys are lasting like the 3 hours and then eventually have that fucking that big cum shot.
Here's where like
See, ladies? We're real
see,
people
it's
too.
fine. But I wondered that because like I was like fucking I need to know what happens behind the scenes because like I heard that like the women will get like a dressing room and it's nice and the dude's just like in a Connex out back just sweating and they're like better be hard. It's fuck dude, I can't.
Dude, you want to know one of the weirdest, funniest things ever is like go on Reddit and there's a subreddit called porn bloopers.
Oh, I follow it.
And I follow it. It's hilarious.
Well,
It's
they
just-
used to have a whole porn blooper page called eFucked, and so like I was in Germany, and like while we're in the barracks, where dude's like, "You want to see this?" And it's just fucking, it's the best shit you'll ever see because like it is porn,
Yeah.
but then it's just like there's no way that like on one of them it's like a casting couch thing, and the dude's going for it, and he like reaches in there, he's like, "You have a fucking condom in here?" And she's like, "Oh, it hurt. I don't know what's in there." And he's like, "You stupid bitch." I was like, "Fuck, dude, porn's so good."
They're just like one of us.
Fuck, dude.
Makes it more relatable.
I hate it. You go to Reddit and like you'll see porn bloopers or just regular porn, and then you like really want to be like, "What's her name?" But you don't want to be a fucking like weirdo about it, so you start like scrolling through, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Okay, somebody's like, what's her at?" And then you like kind of gauge the temperature of the chat in there, and then you see people dogging on it, so you gotta be like, "You fucking pervert."
See, I just want to see like one realistic porn blooper where she's actually stuck in the window. Guys, help me out. It's not funny anymore.
Those are the weird ones because then you gotta have like a moral dilemma. You're like,
You just mute
hold
the
on,
word.
she's actually stuck. That's not consensual.
And like 9 times out of 10, it's stepmom.
And I gotta turn it off 2 minutes later because I'm like every other. That's the funniest. The funniest porn I've ever seen was so.
We're just gonna get right into it.
Let's get fuck it. Why not? It's just so this woman's cheating on her husband. Normal stuff.
Yeah.
Good dialogue. They
Yeah.
just happen to be in the same.
That's what one is to
hotel.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. The dude goes over and confronts the guy, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude, we're gonna get a fight scene."
Yeah. Just starts kissing him.
Now, you gotta like make sure what categories you're on when you look up like three-way.
That's like a bisexual
Because if it's on the gay on accident,
On
if it's
accident.
on the gay,
Yeah,
you
on
gotta be
accident.
like. So, anyways, these
On
two dudes are
accident.
about to fight. These two dudes are about to fight, and then they just start going at it. and they're having a good time. You know, they're not.
It's like the ending of Bruno.
Yeah, they're just hot dude sex. And then the woman comes in and she's like, Jeremy. And he turns around and he's plugging this lady's mister, whatever it's called. And then turns around and he's just like, in a minute. And I'm like, oh my God. And I immediately sent it to all my friends.
After you came.
Like, yeah.
After I cleaned up, you know.
I have a 2 minute, 2 minute embarrassing one. Turns around, she has a goatee with a wig, and it's like, oh fuck, god damn it! I'm gonna rewind to this part.
It's
So I
not,
thought that
it's
was a
not
woman.
technically a porn, but I actually talked about this once. I think on the show. So like when you're younger, anything's technically porn when you're desperate enough for something, you know, to wank off.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm going through Showtime and stuff like that late at night, just trying to find something, and I find this like remember IFC, like the fucking independent film channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2:00 in the morning, and it was either IFC or Sundance. They were right next to each other on. Either way, it's an indie movie. And there was this French film called Les Prostitutes. And I was like, well, surely I'm going to see some titties or something on that. And it was rated MA. So I was like, okay, I'm going to nut to this quick. It's got subtitles. I can figure it out.
This is good podcast conversation.
Yeah.
Just talking.
This is only like a 30-minute film. It's a short film. By the way, if you try to find this, it took me years to even try to track it down again. And the only thing I found of it was like one forum on like some deep dark web forum, and somebody was like, did anybody else see this shit?
You got to download Toro just to get to it.
So if that prefaces how fucked up this video is, I'm about to tell you, it's fucked up. So scene starts, and it's like this fucking hotel room. Knock on the door, guy opens the door, and this prostitute's at the door. She's hot and everything. And she starts giving them a rundown of how much everything costs. You know, it's this much for a hand job, this much for a blow job, this for mount, you know, for ass. And he goes, well, I heard you have a special talent. And she goes, what did you hear? And he goes, well, I heard that you can give a blowjob while humming the national anthem. And she goes, that'll be like a special price. And then my secret, I have to do it with the lights off. So he goes, okay. So he lays down on the bed, and it shows the silhouettes. And it shows her bobbing up and down. And all of a sudden you start hearing her singing this national anthem. And then it reaches over and you see him pull the light switch up. And you see her glass eye on the fucking bedside table. He was eye skull fucking her while she was singing. And then it just goes credits. That's the entire movie.
That's actually gonna be my next promo.
It's so fucked up. 14-year-old me or whatever was just like.
Which country's national anthem?
Well, I'm assuming it's French because I'm just like. Kink
And I
unlocked.
think
Like
that brings us back to the good point that Europe is bad. Not America. We don't do that. I'll tell you what, you start singing the national anthem during anything when I'm doing, I'm fucking fired up, brother.
No, we'll just have the Hulk Hogan theme song playing. I'm a real. Give it time, and that'll be their fucking new national anthem of America for Trump.
I hope so. Oh, what is that? Oh my God, what is that dude's name? Like Lee something has the very emotional America song.
Oh, Proud to be American. Yeah.
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 I fucking
And they
hate
use that everywhere.
song. Like, God, that makes me not want to be American.
Because like
A little
80% of all the people that they use music for were like, please stop using our music or we're gonna sue you. And then that's like the one guy that's like, no, you can use my song. And
Yeah,
like
use
even
this
his
song.
lyrics of his song are now in the Trump Bible. If you get like one of the most special editions, it's like has a section where it has the lyrics to that song in there next to the fucking Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh my God. It's like an episode of The Righteous Gemstones.
Yes.
I love it. I like
Sorry.
that does rule though.
Ugh. I'm just waiting for Trump to get a monster truck.
He probably has one. I don't know why he wouldn't have one.
So
If I was president, that'd be the first thing I did.
just solid gold.
yeah. Gold monster truck.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'd take it to Flint. Could have fixed your water. Check this shit out.
Trump would be the guy that gets to fucking Detroit and is like, where is RoboCop?
Oh my God. Get Detroit and be like,
He just thought it was real.
there's a lot of blacks. This is good.
We can use like 5 minutes of this footage.
Yeah. We're like, shit, fuck, he's not getting booked again.
Fuck it.
Oh,
I'm
great
used to being banned.
Yeah.
They can't stop me.
I started stand-up in 2019, got a band my second time at a mic.
Ah,
And
right
was
there. We
like-
got more in common than you think.
I went there and like I'm not gonna say the name of the club just in case, but you probably know.
I was banned from Looney Bin in Tulsa.
Yeah. Well, because like so they had you were at it last summer.
Yeah.
There was like a little. I don't know what the fuck it was. Like an audition, I guess.
Yeah.
There was like 40 fucking comics, and we got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then like you told I got banned. And I was like, fuck, now I want to do that, but now I'm gonna look like I'm stealing.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know it was clean.
Yeah.
I didn't know Wednesday nights were clean nights, and so I went there. First night, somebody heckled me the entire 5 minutes or whatever you get. So it was just a layup for me because like I'm used to shit talking.
Yeah.
Playing sports, military, all that. So I was like, fuck yeah. And then people were very nice to me and they were like, that was great. Come back. Came back, no hecklers. And so I was trying to find jokes and I had a joke at the time that I can't even remember because I want to do it again. Was about eating somebody out in a hover round. And then I look and somebody has their daughter in a fucking wheelchair. I was like, what are the chances? And then she's like, that's not funny. And then I walk off stage. I was like, that sucks. That was my first bomb. It's because instead of like, this isn't going while we're trying to do anything, I just went into detail on how you would do it. And like the amount of fucking bounty paper towels you would need to like lay down. And then like ended it. I think the end of it was like, this vegetable was steamed or something. And then like, all I hear is fucking sounds like goddamn Optimus Prime in their wheelchair. I was like, oh fuck.
Roll out.
And then walked out. Everybody was mad at me. And then the manager there was like, don't come back. And I was like, fuck, dude.
Oh.
And then found out my wife at the time was pregnant. So I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm just not doing comedy ever again.
Well, do you remember what my joke was that got banned?
No.
Mine was like, so mine was.
I remember it wasn't like anything horrible.
It
like,
wasn't
nothing
bad,
too
and mine was. I honestly was the guy that was doing the open mic at the time. I found out later, like years later, it wasn't even Looney Bin. They didn't even know who I was. It was just him. But my joke was basically, Jesus was a carpenter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what if he's up on the cross and he gets a splinter? And he's like, who made this?
It's funny though.
And like he said it was too offensive.
That's wild. That's wild to get banned.
Because
Like,
religion is a no topic, and I made a religious joke.
oh my god.
Yeah.
I did. Anytime I'm in anytime I do something in Muskogee.
Happy Easter, everybody.
He is risen, am I right?
Dude, I got him so good. Wilbur, back to that. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off. Like,
You're good.
Wilbur, I said, like, hey, it's this weekend, right? Happy Easter, everybody. Happy International Zombie Day. And a couple people got it. Like, oh!
Zombie Jesus.
Yep.
But yeah, anytime I'm in Muskogee, so the church I grew up in is, for all intents and purposes, a cult. And so anytime I can bring up that church in Muskogee, somebody's like, yeah. And then I'll just spend the next whatever time shitting on it.
Yeah.
Like, this is good. And then like the last time I did it, it got back to them. And so they were just, my sister told me there was posts of people being like, we love our church. And I'm like, yeah, I bet you fucking do.
I just think churches are starting to be like, they need to get more creative names. Like there's so many churches in Oklahoma, and like, what is more, prevalent? Churches in 2025 or dispensaries?
Dispensaries, for
Yeah.
sure.
But they have the same amount of creativity in their fucking names, right?
Mhm.
Like there's a church locally that's called Bible Baptist Church. I'm pretty sure you got Bibles there at that Baptist church, but like, could you get something more creative?
Bible Baptist Church, like, cool, no shit.
Like there was one in Oklahoma on the way, like the Wilburton, that was Good Dispensary.
I'll tell you a dispensary that pissed me off in Tulsa. I might be a jinx, I don't know. It was called it's just called Lemon, or like Lemonade.
Okay.
It's just called Lemonade. So I was like, just moved here, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, a store for lemonade? No idea.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. So I just walked in there, there's a security guard, and I was like, fuck, this is gonna be real good. He goes, where's your card? And I was like, okay, maybe it's alcoholic, just hand him my ID. And he was like, do you know where you're at? I was like, you guys not have lemonade? He's like, it's a pot shop. And I threw the biggest fit walking. I was like, fucking bullshit. Goddamn potheads.
Just want a lemonade.
Fucking wanted a nice lemonade on a hot day, and you sons of bitches. I'll get so Republican so fast if I'm minorly fucking affected by something like marijuana.
Well, it's like my local dispensary. There's one downtown Bartlesville, and they have front glass. They're in an older building, like it's downtown Bartlesville, and in the front glass they just have a mannequin of Trump sitting in a seat with a gigantic fucking pre-roll in his lap, and they have custom merch on, a red hat and red shirt, and it says "Make weed great again." Just like, okay, just front screen.
That's
and then,
fine. I guess it's cool.
It's been going on for they've had him in the front display for like 2 years, even before he started running again, like almost. And then like when he got shot, they put like a maxi pad on his ear, and then they sharpied up like fake blood on him, and they had his arm up like this, but they didn't get the mannequin. Thank God they didn't get the mannequin with the straight arms, because then it would have looked full white power. They had the Trump mannequin that had already had the 90-degree pose, so it just looked like he was like this. So he just half white power. Like he's just dodging for sunlight. Like he didn't. The hat's not giving him no shade. That's what it looked like.
I miss that. I miss when people were putting band-aids and shit on their ears. like
the whitest version of Nelly ever.
Oh my god. Like, Dan, you guys have street cred now. That's so cool for you. Like, I'm so glad that dude's the worst fucking shot the CIA could have adopted.
I mean, they should have just had Dick Cheney do it.
They should have, dude. Oh my god. Have you seen that movie Vice?
Yes.
Fuck, dude, I was rooting for Dick Cheney
I
so
know.
hard in that movie.
Dude, fucking, what's his name?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale
played
does an
him.
amazing performance in that.
Mine was what got me on it was Sam Rockwell playing Bush.
Yes.
I was like, fuck, dude. This is great.
He
It's
does
the
a good, like, but it's like a subtle bumblingness to him. Like, it's like, it's very subtle. Like, it's almost like, I don't say like beta male kind of to it, almost.
Yeah.
A little bit to it. It's like it's very subtle how he plays him.
He did such a fucking great job. If he sees this,
Yeah.
good job, Sam. Dude.
Sam did great. Yeah.
Oh my god, when he's talking about the picnic table, I was like, fuck, dude. I know I was a child when this was happening, but I miss Bush. Dude.
Sam Rockwell's one of those actors a lot of people don't really talk about, or kind of like don't notice he's in a lot of stuff. But like,
Yeah,
dude, like he was in Galaxy Quest, and he's fucking hilarious in that.
he for me, he's like America's Gary Oldman
Yeah,
because he's just in.
he does
shit.
look like Gary Oldman.
Yeah, and then he's like just exceptionally good at every role he
Yeah.
does. that you're
Hitchhiker's
like,
Guide to the Galaxy.
fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's great in that.
Oh my god, Sam Rockwell's the best. He was also in
Boone.
fucking the original Ninja Turtles.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Which speaking of that, like because like Blast from the '90s, which I have the Turtles up there, the NECA ones. That's still my favorite Turtles, like, the action figures they've ever made.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like those movie Turtles. They look so good.
the older ones.
Yeah, and like Sam Rockwell was in that, but like I was watching WrestleMania last night,
Mm-hmm.
and they had advertisements for the Switch 2, and they're having Paul Rudd recreate his iconic like Super Nintendo commercial for like 1992.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I'm 27.
Okay. Oh fuck you.
This kind of fun.
Bully!
This kind of experience.
Hey guys.
Nice jacket, Paul.
Why are you dressed like you're in a boy band?
Seriously? My Super NES commercial from the 90s with my long black duster, indie rocked hair, and beaded necklace?
I wonder how long it took to get that wig on him.
He probably just grew it. He's incredible.
Just give me 5 minutes in the bathroom.
Is that-
Just grows.
I like women, but if Paul Rudd asks, I'm
Well, now that you say so. Which, that likeness is pretty damn good.
you can't get Paul Rudd wrong on anything.
I love that like the Switch 2 gets announced, and then immediately nobody's like, oh, everybody's like, oh yeah, it's cool, the Switch 2, Mario, stuff like that. And then the tariffs started happening, and people were like, well, that's going to delay the Switch. All of a sudden, fury. People are like pissed, like, I need my Switch 2 now. What do you mean that's going to delay it? Suddenly people care.
All the white families that voted for Trump have to deal with their kids now until the Switch 2 gets here. Like, fuck, dude, we lost our babysitter. Shit. I don't do
Lost my
that.
babies. That's dark as fuck.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. Unloading the meat.
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by your favorite language learning app such as Duolingo, but it could be. It really could be. Guys, Duolingo is amazing, and if you don't take your lessons, nothing will happen to my family, right? Duolingo, please. Guys, please use the app, please. I miss my kids. miss my kids.
I'm unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. I'm unloading the meat.
By the way, fuck you, Last of Us on HBO last night. You took out one of the best lines of the game. In the game, spoiler alert for people who haven't played this 4-year-old fucking game or 5-year-old game. There's a scene where like one of the main characters is a girl and she has a lesbian kiss. She makes out with this girl or kisses at this dance.
Yeah.
And this older white gentleman at the party's like, this is a family event. And they're like, so? And he goes, yikes. And like he gets punched out by a guy and stuff like that. Well, then like in the game, the next day, he has to apologize. Like one of the people that runs the town is like, Seth, you need to fucking apologize to them. And he's like, hey, I was a little drunk. I shouldn't have said that. I made you some nice steak sandwiches because he's the cook of the town or something like that. And he's trying to apologize to your character for like being a fucking bigot.
Mm.
And she's like, thanks. And she gets these sandwiches. And in the game,
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches.
Smells good.
and they cut that from the fucking show. Like it's like a funny line. I'm like, come on. It was like a signature line. Everybody was
Did they
waiting
still
for.
leave Dykes in there?
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
They made sure that the setup and the first season, episode 1, they made sure that they shot a 1-for-1 reshot of the game where he calls her a fucking dyke.
Yikes.
But the next episode where she gets the payoff and gets to say a funny line, they're like, nah, we need to move on from that.
No, we don't get that. Dyke was funny enough.
Yeah. And he delivers his cookies like,
Yikes.
One of my favorite thing is to call like middle-aged straight white men a slur because it's just like if you can go up to a dude that just got done selling insurance all day and drop an F-bomb on him, he's just shook. He has no rebuttal.
oh, I love going up to like women and just saying, hell, you're handsome.
I love that. Oh my god.
Nothing will shut a woman up by saying you're handsome.
Well, so Sam,
It's kind of a compliment.
And like I didn't know that this wasn't a compliment to women for a long time
What,
because
I didn't know
That's just
until like
for
last week.
bedroom play. You mean what I call my aunt? No, so there's a movie, I think it's called The Pale Rider with Sam Elliott.
Okay.
And he's like trying to fuck this dude's wife the whole movie while helping him across the
Spoiler
prayer.
alert.
Spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen it since 1987. In the movie, he just looks at the guy and he goes, your wife's a handsome woman. And so that's just stuck with me because I love Westerns. And so I'll be dating a girl and I'm very, very bad at like flirty talk. Like I can't be like, oh, you're sexy or whatever. I'll be like, you're a handsome woman. Never goes well.
That's the name of the episode today.
Handsome woman.
You're a handsome woman.
That's good.
Handsome woman, Dalen Young.
That's just fucking Sam Elliott can say it. I don't know why I can't say it. Or like
It's the mustache.
it is the mustache. They did a fucking I was really trying to compliment a female comic. And she was like I was just telling her 'cause she was like kind of being down on herself. I was like, no, you're a dog behind the mic. Just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Like I would talk to the fellas and that stuck with her and she's like, thinks I'm a fucking dog. I was like, no, I meant like like a fucking there's no way out of this. I meant like fucking whatever, dude. You can't dig yourself out of the hole because then you can't be like, no, you're good for a female comic. Yeah. Like, fuck, dude, damn it. I'm already packing a lip of Copenhagen at Mike's. Everybody thinks I'm a fucking misogynist.
You got one foot in the grave already.
Yeah. I show up after a fucking blue collar job and pack a lip and then go on stage. People are like, this guy's a piece of shit.
It's like I try to like when I go up on like, I know like I'm a big dude with tattoos. Like I try to wear like the rainbow bands and stuff like that, and like the rainbow shoes, like look a little bit less threatening a little bit. At least be like, I can say faggot now, guys. It's okay. Calm down.
Me too.
Because like, well, like the only people that have ever been offended by me saying that are fucking straight white women. Straight white women have the problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 2 of them come up to me after stage and be like, "You lost them when you said faggot." And I'm like, well, I lost you, but the 5 guys next to you thought it was fucking hilarious.
5 dudes kissing. Love it, dude. It's inclusive. It's it really brings the fellas together. The fellas that admire other fellas, they love it.
Well, I say I'm a bisexual. I'm a faggot timeshare.
Oh, dude. I got diet.
I get Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass.
I have custody of my sexuality.
50-50 custody of my asshole.
Sometimes it's protected. Sometimes it's Derek's. I don't know.
pronouns are he, him, and sometimes I'm just his. Oh, okay. I'm saving
risen,
that.
am I right?
I'm saving that. Make sure we clip that. That was right off the cuff. I'm saving that. That was good. Well, that's why I do a whole bunch of black jokes usually, and then I end up saying my fucking name on Grindr is reparations.
When I first became speaking of Grindr, we'll get into that. When I first became single, I had like a couple failed relationships, and I was like, "Fuck, maybe I like dudes. I don't know. We're gonna see." It's not a choice.
Yeah, it's not.
Not a choice. You're just born that way.
See,
Maybe
Dad?
I was born fucking
See, Dad?
gay.
It's not a choice.
Got on Grindr for 5 seconds, just dick pic, dick pic, dick pic. I was like, I didn't even put my picture up here.
I'm gonna show you something just because you will get this joke more. I wanted to show it to Tyler, but we were busy the other day.
I just hated it. I was like, damn, dude, fucking, I don't know if I'm gay, but I'm definitely a feminist now.
This is a real Grindr post the other day. I thought this was Tyler and Kyle promoting their open mic. It kind of looks like them, doesn't it? It was the real post. I was like,
I love that. That's why I used to have a coach. They'd be like, what are you guys doing? Tying dicks together?
It's like I talked about this here. Like, repressed memories happen from time to time. I had one unlocked on the podcast with Ferlancio like last year. We're talking about like things and gay and stuff and coaches, and I was like, oh, I remember this. Like it just hit me. I was in 8th grade football, and like I got in a fight with another like football player. We were in full pads and workout, practice. And my coach was like, "Oh, look at the little fags! Look, you guys are fighting like little faggots." So he made us hold hands and do laps around the practice field in front of the cheerleaders, the coaches, the rest of the team, everybody, as everybody just yelled gay slurs at us. It was like, "Oh, look at the little fags! Look at the queers! I'll learn how to take cute boyfriends." And we're holding hands doing that. I was like, "I fucking hate you! I'll fucking kill you! I fucking hate you!" And that was our punishment to get queer bashed like that. Just because we were shoving each other in the fucking weight room. I forgot about that for like 20 years. Then I'm talking on the podcast. I was like, oh,
wait a minute, this happened.
yeah, that connects the dots to that. Oh, okay, that's why. That's why I swallow occasionally.
Now to get off, you have to take a lap around the neighborhood.
Wait till the sprinklers come on.
You're like, you knock on the doors like Jehovah's Witnesses. You're like, can you call me a please? Scream it with your chest.
Well, like, there's so many comedians that are like in like the 30-year-old-ish kind of demographic kind of now.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was like Kyle or Preston. Like, so many people are like on antidepressants, and it's affected how they can fucking come. They keep talking about in their sets lately. Where they're like the number one thing you have when you're on antidepressants is says you can have a delayed orgasm. That's like a number one side effect. Yeah. And it happens. Like, I was on antidepressants for like 8.5 years. I eventually stopped this year. I actually went cold turkey for a while. I'm off all my stuff, and I feel great. Like, I just kind of wanted to have like a reset and feel like see how I am now.
Yeah.
Because like after a while,
I started ropes.
Well, like yeah, I feel like I'm fucking 12, bro. I shared this with JB, and he told me to share it for the stage. I gotta figure it out. True story. I got my ass ate so hard once that I threw my fucking back out. I came 4 times in 10 minutes and fucking threw my fucking back out on a one-night stand, and had to like creep to get my clothes back on and get back in the car. Shortly after this medication wore off.
Nothing makes you feel like more of a pussy than getting your back blown out. I think even if it was a dude eating ass or a woman eating ass, you're still a
yeah.
You blow your own back out.
Yeah. It was so intense. I threw my fucking back out. And then I told Blythe that. I don't know if Blythe or Zach.
I met him, yeah.
I was like, because like I was supposed to have a show that weekend in McAllister. I was supposed to host. I was like, dude, I can't walk right now. And he's like, why? I was like, can you keep a secret? And he's like, sure. I was like, I got my ass. Threw my back out. And he was just like, ha ha.
I almost had to cancel a show last week because I was hitting a little quick shower, a prison jerk. And I was like, I really need to feel this. Stood on my tiptoes, both my ass cheeks cramped. I was like, oh. Fuck, god damn it. I needed like a life alert. I was just on the shower floor. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I'm texting them in the group. I was like, guys, Please, I don't know. You're gonna have to push start time back.
Dude, I was bedridden for all weekend. Like, I could not walk until like Monday. I started limping around and stuff. Like, my back was just out. It was one of the worst, just like back completely out the entire weekend things I've ever had in my life. It was horrible.
What'd you tell your kids you did?
Well, thank God it was a weekend I didn't have my kids. Because I have 50-50 custody, so every other weekend I have them.
You're like, sorry, Daddy. Daddy's doing yard work. Fuck.
I told my ex-wife, one of my ex-wives. Because, like, one of my ex-wives, we still have a good relationship. We're still, like, really good friends. And, like, we're great co-parents and stuff. We were just incompatible.
Yeah.
And, like, she's remarried, and, like, they actually live, like, a block behind me in a house. And
Bring her over.
Well, it works. Well, no, it just works out great to where, like, if we need to hand off a kid or something like that, she lives right behind me.
Yeah.
And, like, we just have a great co-parent. It's like, we're still, like, you know, I've been inside her, so it's like, it's not like, you know, we have, like, a shorthand to where it's like, we could talk, you know what I mean? Like, I told her what happened, and she was like, what the fuck, Jared? Because also, it's like, once you start being a guy and you announce that you occasionally take a shot in the mouth, like, women's defenses take this lower down. They're like, oh, you're just one of the bitches. So even though it's my ex-wife, it's like, I'll treat her like one of the girls.
The way you casually said, once you become a dude that just takes a shot in the mouth. Yeah.
Once you get identified as that, everybody kind of just just assumes you're less threatening, I guess.
Well, that's why you have good skin.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Nip Tuck, the show? There's an actual plot thread where, like, these women, all these 3 women, and one of them used to be a prostitute, have, like, this, like, the whole show's about fucking plastic surgery.
Yeah.
So they had, like, this, like, rehab or, like, this, like, the spa, like, hotel kind of thing where, like, after your surgery, you come there and fucking, like, what's it called? Like, the post-op kind of place. It was like a health spa kind of thing they had. And they had this idea that putting fucking semen in the fucking facial cream works to de-age. And so somehow it just gets discovered, and there's fucking jizz in all this fucking facial cream that's going around the spa.
They can do it on Nip Tuck, but I get kicked out of a Bed Bath.
Yeah.
Bath and Body Works. Fuck. What channel was this on? Like CBS?
FX.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's Ryan Murphy, the guy that was behind Nip Tuck, and he's also did like American Horror Story, Glee.
Oh,
And-
fuck. I didn't even know. I gotta watch Nip Tuck then.
Nip Tuck was like his first big show.
I love American Horror Story.
Nip Tuck is really good the first like couple of seasons, and it gets fucking just. It's a show that really jumped the shark.
When they start jizzing on people's faces.
They have Rosie O'Donnell's a recurring character. That's weird. She's like this rich lady that. Rosie O'Donnell starts out as this funny ass character where she's like this white trash Southern lady that wins the lottery and decides to get plastic surgery for her and her white trash husband and the daughter. And then like the daughter gets fake tits and like fucks the husband and like cheats on Rosie O'Donnell. And then like every season she'd come up as like a special guest and she'd have to come back in for plastic surgery because something happened while she's on vacation. Like a seagull ate her lip or something like that. Like it's so fucking crazy shit. Like we can only play Rosie O'Donnell's rate for like one episode.
Like, I
So we
think
can
it's
make it
time to
horrific.
accept Rosie O'Donnell's not attractive. Unless you're watching Viva Rock Vegas. Then Rosie O'Donnell, maybe.
Yeah. Well, the Flintstones movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was good.
Viva Rock Vegas is such a good movie.
Was Viva Rock Vegas the sequel? Or was that
It's a prequel.
Oh, it's a prequel.
Yeah, so the one with John Goodman and fucking the dude from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Rosie O'Donnell was the first.
Yeah, I thought she was in the first
she was
one,
in
yeah.
the first one. Never mind, it was the, fuck, what's her name? The lady from 30 Rock. She's in the second one.
Oh, Jane
Something
Krasinski
like
or
that.
whatever?
Yeah, she plays, is it Betty? Betty Robo. God damn it. Yes.
It's going to
she
be in a
was
porn soon.
Already was from middle
Yeah.
school.
Yabba dabba, yabba dabba, yabba dabba.
Yabba dabba, don't open the bathroom door, Mom.
Fucking sounds like Dino in there. If it was me, it'd be a Fruity Pebble.
Because gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking.
If it was the guys I fuck, it'd be a Cocoa Pebble.
I know
Subscribe
that's
now.
right. Look,
Subscribe now.
subscribe now. Just hot men sex.
What would you think of as a name like Unloading Meat? Which, that is...
Yeah, I was wondering what the measure marks on your desk were. The tick marks.
It's links times width plus girth.
I didn't know we'd do that on the show.
Or it could be like the. Well, did you ever watch Silicon Valley? Where they
No.
they had to measure like how they can the most effective way to jerk off dicks. We're pulling it up.
And we only have 10 minutes to present, so.
So, we're fucked, aren't we?
Yeah, even if he's jerking 2 at a time, there are what, 800 guys in that room, so that's 400 times whatever the mean jerk time is.
The what?
Mean jerk time. I mean, it doesn't matter, but hypothetically, time is equal to 400 total jerks at a 2-dick rate.
Unless Ehrlich jerks off 4 guys at a time, and then we can cut that in half.
How would he do 4 guys? He's got 2 hands, so that's 2 dicks at a time, right?
Look, you have 2 guys on either side with their dicks tip to tip, so you're going full length. 4, see?
Oh, from the middle out. That does make sense.
Like 2 shake weights.
Yeah, so what we're
2
trying
shake
to
weights.
do, hypothetically, is minimize time, which is 800 dudes multiplied by mean jerk time divided by 4 dicks at a time. Of course, Ehrlich would have to pre-sort guys by height so that their dicks lined up.
Not by height, technically. The measurement that we're looking for really is dick to floor. Call that D2F.
Huh.
Oh my God.
You know, if a guy's dick was long enough, he would be able to reach up or down to another guy with a different D2F. The longer the dick, the greater the D2F bridge. I would still be able to jerk it off in one smooth motion. I would just have to jerk it on an angle.
So D2F sub 1 needs to equal D2F sub 2, and D2F sub 3 needs to equal D2F sub 4, where length L creates a complementary shaft angle. Call that theta D. Now, the orgasm threshold is a function of lambda sub I.
Such an idiot. Middle out. Middle out. Middle out. Oh my God. How could I just... Guys, does girth similarity affect Ehrlich's ability to jerk different dicks simultaneously?
Shit, yeah, I think it would.
I love that. A bunch of engineers in a room trying to figure out a problem. That's comedians trying to overanalyze their set right there, right? You know what I mean? Like, just go down a rabbit hole.
Funny enough, it's still the same conversation.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Anyway, now we got the serious stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
I really like the A24 movies. Like, I like shit that people like are taking risks and all that stuff. And then like with obviously not the same level, but like with the like promos and stuff I've been doing.
Yeah.
Cause like you'll see quirky little like TikTok trend promos all the time, and I'm like, I want to make these, but I want to do it in a frame that I like. So that's why like most of these are like horror, in a sense, and like quick cut type stuff. And so because eventually I want to get to where I can release like some sort of like a mini series of stuff, but not comedy. Like I don't want it to be funny, because like I can't, for some reason I can't write comedy, but I can write like scary. Yeah. And so I'm like,
well,
okay.
the unintentional humor of Steven's delivery of like, bro, what is that? Like over there, it's like, that was kind of funny.
Like, oh, what is that? Fucking. Well, and then Zach Amon is a fucking terrific at acting.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, fuck, dude, I feel like he's my actual roommate. Like this is, I feel like we live together.
Yeah.
And so, and I mean, honestly, those guys, when it comes to those videos, I'll have like a screenplay written out of what I want.
Yeah.
But honestly, with them, I don't have to tell them what to say. I just have to be like, this is what's going on. And then they fill it in. So I'm like, this is good for me, because like I can just tell them where to go and like what's going on, and then they just fill it in.
More like It's Always Sunny, where like loose plot threads, kind of like just a bit, let them fill it in, improv a little bit, yeah.
Oh, and then like me and Steven did a video where we're trying to promote this show at OMG in Owasso, and like I just went into his house and I was like, I have an idea. We're trying to find who our headliner is for the show, and we're doing like classic detectives, yarn, connecting pictures. And then Steven, fucking, I think the whole thing took us 10 minutes to do. Like we didn't even really talk about it. I was like, we're just detectives. And then he just went off of that. And then me and him being friends, were able to work together and just have natural conversation. I think most of these have been done in one take.
Yeah.
And so like, there's a little bit B-roll stuff where we're fucking off, but like these guys are so talented that they just can fit in.
Yeah.
Like they can just do the video, they take it seriously, and then it just happens. I mean, they're not,
Yeah.
I'm still learning. And so like, they're not, great masterpieces, but they're different.
But I've watched a few of them, and I will say, like, I can see behind it, like, there's so much quality and there's an effort to it I'll appreciate, because I could tell when somebody realizes that there's no fucking restraints on themselves, that there's no fucking expectations of like what I have to do or anything like that. I'm just doing it because I want to do it. You can kind of get that vibe from something, like that kind of indie feel or something like that. You know what I mean? It's hard to put into place, but it's like that je ne sais quoi of like, I'm just doing it because I want to fucking do it, and this is fucking what I want to do.
Yeah.
You have a vision. You know what I mean?
And this started with because I've always wanted to like act and stuff, and then like the more I've made, the less I'm in, because now I'm like, I just like writing. I like seeing what plays out, and so like we just did a video because we're doing a festival in McAllister in June. It's gonna be a huge thing. It's the first one we're putting on, and so we're doing like series of videos, and we did this like hick video. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I got Jacob Stacy, he's from McAllister, and then it's Hayden Parker, Steven, me.
Running in the field, right?
Yeah, we're in the field. And then like that one was just the whole time I didn't really direct anything on it, because it was just like, here's an idea. And then Steven or Jacob were just like, here's what I want to do. And I'm like, that sounds great. And so like that one was so easy to shoot that it was just because them themselves have a professionalism to them also, where they're like, we want this to be good.
Yeah.
Because I think with all of us, like all the people that I try to surround myself with in comedy, I'm not going to surround myself with people that want to put their name on bullshit. Yeah. So like, if I'm attached to something, I want it to be like up to a certain standard.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like kind of arrogant, but like, like with like your stuff, you're not going to put your brand on something that's shitty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like,
it's quality control. It's not ego. It's just like, I feel like when I want to do something, I wanted to put my best effort into it, and do my honest, like the good old college try, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to give 110% to whatever I put invest my time into. Otherwise, I'm just wasting my time.
And then like, with like kind of taking that horror angle, I'm making it look like the horror movies from the 80s that I like. I like kind of, practical effects and stuff. So like my kid running in a ghost costume, like could have easily done like an AI ghost or something, but that's not fun.
But what is horror movies besides just like guerrilla filmmaking?
Yeah.
Like fucking, John Carpenter's Halloween and stuff like that. Like they're low budget. They're like, I always compare like horror movies to like ECW back in the day, if you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
Like Paul Heyman was always had this thing of like, accentuate the positives, hide the negatives. Oh, you don't have the budget for this? Well, let's make a script about this. Yeah. What we do have. You know what I mean? That's the way horror movies were, indie movies are, like what you're doing. It's just like, you can make something look like $1 million if you do it, if you shoot it a certain way, if you angle it a certain way, if you film it a certain way, you write it a certain way, you get clever. And like, I relate that back to like fucking Looney Bins rules of like, hey, we want this to be like PG or PG-13 or something like that on open mic rules or something like that. Yeah. Sometimes that's allowed me to be more clever because I'm in a box and I have to figure out a way to write around it or figure a clever way around it. You know what I mean?
I love writing clean. Like, because you can say dirty shit all day long. We have fucking however many hours of us being disgusting, disgusting fucking piece of shit. But if we were to be like, it makes you jog your brain. It makes you have to write. And like, fuck, who was it? I can't remember if it was Joe Bob or Spencer, but they gave me really good advice when I first started, or like have been doing it a couple months. And they were like, don't write dirty. Like, don't add bad words into your jokes. Like, if it's, something where you would say an F word, don't leave it. Find something else. And so that way, when you get up there, you can add it in as yourself. So it's genuine. And, like, that's great advice. It was Joe Bob. Yeah, that's who it was. And so he was like, don't write dirty, write clean. And then if you want to make it dirty, make it dirty. And so, like, most of the stuff I write, it's not written out with a dirty punchline. Yeah. Which, my style is like, I love misdirects. Most of my jokes have like some build up and then just something probably stupid as a misdirect. Yeah. And so like, but I like that. I like writing clean. I like having to do clean. Like, we just did a show in Ketchum that was supposed to be clean, and then my son was also there. And so I was like, oh fuck, I really have to be clean because I can't have him, being like, you know what, Dad's. And so like, it's fun. It's a fun exercise too, just writing.
Yeah.
And it's like, this stuff's not that difficult. Like, stand-up's the hardest thing I've ever done, but it's fun. Like, I enjoy doing it.
I can't. It's the best drug in the world for me to be on stage. Like, it's like crack. It's like I don't feel more alive than when I'm on, like, in front of the lights, in front of a mic, and I have, like, I don't know. It's just like something inside me just switches on, and it's just, that's what I'm meant to do.
That's me too. I obviously bombs suck.
Yeah.
But I really value bombing.
Same.
Because like, it's kind of like the competitive nature of it, where it's like, fuck, that didn't work.
You can only go up.
Yeah.
From there.
And then like, and like, if a set's good, I'll enjoy it that night. Like, and it's the same like when I was like playing football and stuff. We win, that's great. We won that night. But when it comes to the next day, I'm not thinking about it. Because if I sit there and I'm like, this is the best I am, or like, I had a really good set, I'm gonna get complacent. And a lot of people do get complacent with it, and they're just like, let me repeat this shit over and over and over again. It's like, no, like, you shouldn't think about the times you did well.
Yeah.
Like, those bombs, that's where that's where the meat is. That's where you're going to go build from.
And that's where I'm a masochist, because I record everything. I always bring my camera, everything. And so, like, the next day, I rewatch my set and see how I was. And I know I didn't do as good as I could have been. And, like, I'll have in my head, like, oh, that's a great set tonight.
Yeah.
Next day, I come to Jesus and I get to see it. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, there was a lot of that didn't land. That part didn't land. You could have moved that part there. And like, I study myself because I want to get better.
Yeah, just film.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I told Viv that. I was like, she was like, I have no ego about who I am. I'm a fucking novice comic myself. Like, I have no ego about anything I do. But if somebody wants advice, or if I can help somebody in any way, I try.
Yeah.
Because I want everybody to get better, and I just try to be a good person, until you piss me off.
That's what I don't understand is, like, if you're doing good and people are like, it's kind of weird that people will look down on you for being happy with yourself.
Yeah.
Or being like, I'm doing okay in this. Or like, whatever. A lot of people that do kind of just take this as like a hobbyist approach, or like, it's not that serious. And like, for me, when it comes to stand up, like, I would die for this shit. Like, I want to be the absolute best. Like, I don't want to stay in Tulsa. I want to grow.
That's the way I am.
Yeah. And so like, and like older comics and stuff, I love watching like Zach Amon, Trevor Carrion. Those two guys are the best fucking comedians I've ever seen. Big names, whatever. For them being local, it's like, when I get the pleasure of watching them or being on the same show as them, it's a full-on learning experience for me. Like, on Tuesday, I had to follow Zach. And I'm like, normally, from like an outsider's perspective, be like, fuck, Zach just filmed a special. Zach is an excellent comic. He's great. But for me, it kind of like, ups the ante, where I'm like, I have to perform to that level.
Yeah.
I have to at least try. I know I'm not anywhere near where Zach is. Zach's a brilliant writer. He's hilarious just as a person. But for me, it's more of like the mindset of like, I have to compete with that.
Yeah.
Like, I need to be on that level. Because if I go up after him and I eat a bag of dicks and he didn't, that I feel like a complete failure.
Yeah.
Like, you should at least try, you know?
Effort's a big thing. I mean, I don't know. I treat this as serious as I can. Like, that was one of the best compliments I got Friday, was like, there was one guy who's a good old boy getting drunk at the bar, like that, having a good old time. And he was like, I'm watching you. You're going to be good. You want to know how I know? I'm like, no. He goes, because you've been having your notebook out this whole time. And you've been taking notes, and you've been working on your set this entire time.
Yeah.
I know you're going to be good. And I was like, thanks. I appreciate it. Like, he knew that I was like, I was in the corner and watching, observing people, taking notes, like just getting ready. I wasn't taking shots or going to do anything like that. I did that later.
Right.
But like, I wasn't getting shit-faced before, just having a good old time. Like, it's nothing. Like, I took this as a serious gig. I drove 3 hours. I got paid.
Yeah.
I'm taking money in from somebody. I don't want to shit the bed.
Yeah, that's the approach I take also, is like, I will have, now that like I've been doing kind of like longer sets and stuff, I'll bring my notes of what I think I want to say.
Yeah.
But then the people that go before me, or like even just if I'm going up early, I'll catch the overall vibe of the room, and then that's when I'll start puzzle piecing my set.
Yeah.
And then like another thing that drives me crazy is like having your phone on stage with you, and like you're just reciting stuff you wrote.
Yeah.
And like for me, the whole time I'm in that mindset of like I'm like replaying conversations in my head of like how I want this to go.
Yeah.
And like also like I love crowd working. Like it's so much fun for me. It's the best way to be funny in the pocket and like show people like what they're actually coming to see. And now I know like crowd work's not for everybody.
It's relatable though.
Yeah, like I love using that as a segue. Like if a joke's kind of like not hitting how you want, you know, bring them in.
Yeah.
Like bring them back to you and then use that as a segue. Like you're in charge of the crowd.
Yeah. We're an MC. We're a master of ceremonies.
Yeah.
We control. We have the power. We have the mic.
Yeah, and so like I don't want, you know, and that's my thing too with like shows is like I don't write jokes for comedians.
Yeah.
I write jokes for somebody that just got off a 12-hour shift and they just want to blow off some steam. So I'm going to give them a fucking show, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to write my jokes for the 5 comics in the back that maybe pay attention or working on their own set. They're like, oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, like if a comedian's like, that was good, I'm like, great. But if like some random guy that you can tell he's been doing something all day, him and his wife are like, that was a good set, that means something to me. And versus like some of the other people, they give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, guys, who are you like performing for? If you just want to talk to your buddies, go talk to your buddies. But like, this isn't show and tell for other comedians necessarily. Obviously, there's a booking element to it.
Yeah.
But like, you're trying to make normal people laugh. So like, you know, make them laugh.
Hey, fellow hipsters and people that have culture or something. I'm Jared Ralphie Allen, host of Unloading Meat, and we need sponsors for this show. If you identify with this fucked up hat I'm wearing, these shitty tattoos, or any other cultural references that are behind me, reach out to your favorite sponsors and tell them to sponsor the show Unloading Meat. Now, back to acting like I wasn't impressed by anything. I wish this podcast could be on vinyl.
Somebody was booking for a private event in Fort Smith, and then they were like, just they knew I was doing open mics and stuff, so they're like, I know a comedian, never done a show.
Oh,
it was a private event, so I was like, okay, cool, whatever. It's at a bar. The night before, they're like, oh, it's a bachelorette party, and I was like, fuck. And so
that was your first time.
First time was a bachelorette party. And it turned out to be still my best gig I've ever done. Because like I pretty much...
Did you come out of a cake or what happened?
No, what I did was...
tassels?
So I got a free burger. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And then free drinks. Yeah. So I took on stage, well, not on stage, against the brick wall with the stool. The waitress let me carry my own 10 shots of Jameson out there. And I was fucking like, I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm not that great of a comedian, but we're going to get fucked up.
Way to bury the lead, man.
And so it just like one joke hit well. And I was like, this is a fun crowd. And then it just turned into crowd working with the girls. Yeah. And so I was just like, you know, at one point it was like just asking questions, just having a conversation. And like, that's kind of when I learned, like, for me, I just have to approach stand-up like talking with the bros, like just talking to somebody, because then you can relate. You don't need to, like, you're not this two-dimensional character. You're like actually having to perform. And I ended up doing like 45 minutes. Like the only reason it ended was because the bride, the fucking lady that was getting married, started throwing up. And I was like, well, that's my time. You guys have a good night. And yeah, so like first gig. And then like I didn't know, I would have brought friends with me. Yeah. And be like, you want to open? You want to do whatever? And they were just like, nah, just you. And I was like, this is a group of 12 women and you want me to do it? And I was like, have you seen anything I do? Like, this is not going to be fun.
That's kind of what you should do. I mean, just take any gig you can possibly do when you're first starting out and stuff like that too. I mean, I don't know, like, I appreciate, like, just even watching from your skits and stuff like that. I love seeing, like, you can see your voice coming through it. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's something, like, don't lose that, bro. Like,
thank you.
Like, it's already, you can see it in, like, your filmmaking and stuff like that. Like, you got talent.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, like, and, like, it's great seeing different people have different talents and different, you know, skills, but still affecting the Tulsa community and stuff like that in a great way. Yeah. I really appreciate what you're doing. It's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a piece of advice I got from another, like, older comic, was like, you're not gonna make it off of jokes. Like, you have to be doing other shit. Like, you have to be working your ass off on just being relevant pretty much. And like, you know, I don't want to be honestly, like 10, 15 years from now, I don't want to just be a Tulsa comic.
That's the way I
You know
am.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, like I want to be fucking. I would love for this to be like my home base. That might not be fathomable, but you know, by that time my son will be older.
Yeah.
You know, and I can get out there more. Like I don't want to be confined here because, like, yes, I love Tulsa. I love doing comedy here. I love the people here for the most part. But like, I want to go out. I want to go on tour and shit. I think everybody that's just starting does. And so, like, you know, whatever I can do to push it out. And like right now, it's just promos. But like, I want, you know, from other angles. Like I have another series I'm writing that's not going to be funny, and it's going to be like an insight on schizophrenia because I have schizophrenia.
Okay.
And so like I want to be able to portray that in a way where it's like this is not as scary as like the word seems. Because like there are just normal functioning people with it.
Yeah.
And so like
Well, now that you bring it up, get the fuck out. No.
now that you bring it up, I'm not real. But like it's one of those things where it's like I love getting the opportunity to be creative.
Yeah.
And so like stand-up's great. Like I love it. And so, you know, I don't even know where I started with this. But anyway,
you got to diversify. You got to show more than just being on stage.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're an entertainer.
Yep.
So you got to be able to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And so, you know.
Well, all I can say is just like keep pushing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to any negativity as far as like positive, you know, constructive feedback is one thing.
Mhm.
But like, I don't know, like in my brief time doing this, I seem to always encounter people that like to move goalposts.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be a moving goalpost
Yeah.
until you make your own. Make your own
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
goals. You know what I mean? Like it seems like you're doing it yourself.
Mhm.
Like having your own goals of what is successful, having your own goals of what you bill is like actually a good set or something like that. That's so
Yeah.
important. I think to myself and my own state of mind and stuff like that too.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
And-
you get a lot of people that they have one decent set in an open mic and they're like, fuck, I'm a professional.
Yep.
Like, come on. Like, or you got people gatekeeping shit.
Or gatekeeping stuff, and then you also have like people that like again we talked about earlier. Like there's some people that just want it to be a social club. They want to work a 9 to 5, and they want to go out and have a few beers, have a few jokes afterwards, and like that's their social club afterwards. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not disparaging that.
No, that's fine.
But that's not what I want from this, and I'm not gonna bash your lifestyle. Like there's some people that come to Mike and be like, nobody here's gonna ever get fucking famous. Fuck everybody. You know, you should quit trying. And I'm like, well, I'm just not gonna listen to you. Like, sorry, dude, that you're fucking jaded, but like, I'm gonna keep putting in effort. Like,
Oh, yeah. And like, that's where I kind of like butt heads and don't take a lot of people seriously. Like, because when it comes to like a lot of times the best you're gonna get around here is a little bar show.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and so Joey West, he's been putting on bar shows. Tyler and Steven have been putting on bar shows. And like, I've been very fortunate to be a part of those. And then Joey, well, actually, Peter gave me my first headlining shot at St. Cecilia's, and I didn't know I was headlining, but the room was like not my type of people.
Yeah.
Like fucking, I don't even know what my type of people are because I haven't been doing it long enough, but I know they weren't. Because like,
they weren't your target demo.
what they were laughing at, and then me looking at my notes, I was like, fuck. Like, I don't even think I can crowd work these people.
Yeah.
But it turned out great. I had to follow Hugo. And like Hugo's somebody
Hugo
that
Willie?
like, yeah, I respect immensely because I'm like, this dude's a fucking comedian. Like he's legit. And so then Peter was like, yeah, you're going up after him. And I was like, fuck. All right. And so did, and it turned out to be a great show. Turned out fun. And then like Joey gave me my next chance to headline at Jumpin' Jays. That was a lot of fun too. And so like, you know, for the people that are kind of like, these aren't serious, like they're serious to me.
Yeah.
Like this shit's important to me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe I'm not going to get picked up on a tour or something from a bar show, but at least I got to like display that I can do this shit. You know
Well,
what I mean?
it's like again, like I had that show Friday. It's in Wilburton. It's 3 hours away from here.
Yeah.
3 hours there, 3 hours back. And some people were like, "Why are you driving 3 hours for a fucking bar show?" At the end of the night, we had a good show. I got paid well. I got paid for gas also. That worked great. I made a good contact from the bar owner who wants me to do more shows there.
Mm-hmm.
I always go by this general rule whenever I do a show, or like especially if I'm booking it, but I was just a performer there.
Mhm.
But I was helping Blythe with some advice and stuff like that too. And I told him like my general rule of thumb is that when I get done with a gig, I go to the bartenders and I go, "Did you guys make money tonight?"
Yeah.
If they say yes, that means I'm probably gonna get booked back
Mhm.
because they're gonna be word of mouth telling the owner that guy made us money tonight.
Oh yeah.
And if you just always ask the bartending and the staff, the waitresses and stuff like that, or if like you're on stage and you go out of your way to say, hey, make sure to close out your tabs and tip your waitresses and stuff like that, they remember that shit. And that's what gets you rebooked at these fucking places because the owner's going to talk to their staff.
Oh yeah. Well, and then people know people.
Yeah.
Like word of mouth is still very valuable.
Yeah.
You know, you have fucking owner in Wilburton. He probably knows somewhere else, and they're like, look into this shit, and then that, you know, that's how you get shit circulating. And so like, I think taking these bar shows serious, and like same with like, because we did that. You did a bringer show at Bricktown too. We were on the first one here in Tulsa. I was, Steven was, and then fuck, who else was on it? Trevor was on it. Fucking, that set the expectation for shows so high because like we had. I don't remember. It was over 200 maybe, close to it. And like that room was one of those where it's like you can't fail.
Yeah.
Like if you say any joke, you're getting something. People paid to be here. But like being able to take that mentality into smaller shows was beneficial for me because it's like I need to perform like this for whether it's one person or it's as many people as there.
Yeah.
Like that has to be fluid with everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
And honestly, for me personally, it's like no matter if it's 1 or 30, I got to find a connection.
Yeah.
Once I connect, I got them.
Yeah. This show we did last week wasn't hardly anybody there.
Yeah.
Promoted the shit out of it, wasn't hardly anybody there. But at the end of the day, it was still a great show because the people that were there, they were engaged. They were willing to do crowd work. They were buying me shots on stage. Yeah. And so like, I still had a great time. And like, you would think like starting out, it's hard to do 25 in front of nobody. But sometimes that's your best shows because those people that are there to see you.
Yeah. And
so you can make 25 minutes feel like 5 easily.
Yeah.
If you're just, you know, engaging with them.
Because they're bought in.
Yeah. They're having a great time.
This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by your favorite mobile banking app such as Cash App. Man, I love using Cash App, especially when I'm doing things other than buying drugs. Cash App.
And we're back with Dalen Young, man. Dalen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Dude, this has been an awesome chat. Like we talked fucking comics, we talked fucking Marvel, we talked pretty much everything in the MCU. We ruined the MCU for everybody.
We did.
People are gonna like unsubscribe to Disney Plus right now. But dude, where can everybody find you or follow you if they want to book you?
Find me on Instagram, Dalen Young Comedy, all one word. My YouTube is also Dalen Young Comedy. And then Facebook, just Dalen Young. That's me.
Nice, man. Be sure to subscribe to his YouTube, guys. Check out his skits. Check out his videos. He's doing some great stuff over there. Dude, awesome job so far, what you've been doing.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to meet you and really talk to you. I know we've bounced off a couple. We've seen each other at clubs occasionally.
Yeah,
we never really sat down and
crossed
talked.
paths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I like this. I like because like how much information can we get from each other sitting in a club or something like that, just smoking or something like that after we're, you know, if it's before a mic, we're all in our head trying to work on our sets. We're not paying attention. If it's after a mic or during, we're usually inebriated somehow.
Yeah.
Or we're trying to get to the next mic, or it's like, okay, we need to get the fuck out of here. We're not in the fucking space to sit down and just actually get to know somebody.
Yeah.
So like that's why I love this.
Take it out of the element of like somewhat of a pissing contest at a club or something where it's like, look what I can do, and just this is great.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Come back anytime. I'd love to have you back. And dude, I hope we get on a show sometime together.
Absolutely, that sounds great.
I think it's coming in the future.
I hope so.
I think it'll be happening soon.
It'll be fun.
Well, guys, be sure to check out Dalen Young. Follow him everywhere. Check out his YouTube. I have been Jared Ralphie Allen. That's Dalen Young. This has been Unloading Meat. Peace.
Bye. Have a great time.